Well, it was great to see that offensively we made plays because we was also playing unselfish. Our defense, of course, has generated a lot of our offense, starting with the second unit when you had Terrence Reed, Jace, Will, and Joy, and that crew's. I guess at that time it may have been Dug with that group. They were very active defensively. 41-17 is always because of the defense. And then yes, Joy made some shots from three, really opened up some things for us. But it was nice to have great balance from the starting group. But defensively, they shot 48% from the field, and then also 35% from three. We didn't meet our goals.
Jack, first time 3 wins in a row since the start of the season. Do you feel like the page is starting to turn a little bit?
One game at a time. One game at a time.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah, Juwan, first of all, happy belated.
Thank you.
Secondly, you mentioned that 41-17 lead. Hunter had not yet even taken a shot by that point. Do you think that this team would have been capable of mounting that sort of lead without any production from Hunter maybe a month ago or 2 months ago? And how do you think this team has sort of developed into finding ways to be in situations like that, even when Hunter's not producing?
Well, when you're playing good defensively, when you're active, getting deflections, limit your opponent to one-shot opportunities, doing your job by communicating on the defensive end, as well as when our drives, guys stepping up, whether they're taking charges or protecting at the rim, that's when good things are going to happen. Teams, and you look at a lot of, what we have is 10 new guys. It takes them time to get developed game by game. It doesn't always start out early. This is the new landscape of college basketball. We look around, Ohio State, they have 10 new guys. I think there's another team out there in college basketball that has 11. So it takes time. And one thing, that we all, have to learn here is that, yes, we all want to win, but it's not easy. Each game, we'll try to continue to keep grinding and try to improve and get better and better.
Earlier, Will Cheddar called Terrence Williams the ultimate teammate. Today, he scored in double figures for the first time since early January. What do you see from him, both from scoring on offense, also more of those things that don't really show up on the stat sheet, and how that show up today?
Terrence, always affect the game, and it's not always scoring in basketball that you can say a guy is really impacting the game. And Terrence, what he does doesn't always show up in a box score because he's one of our stabilizers, smart, high IQ ball player, makes the right plays on finding his teammates. He also does a really good job of communicating on the defensive end. He also has another tough job of guarding the best forward or whoever opponent that we face. So you don't see that because it's not as cute and sexy, because everyone looks at the box score and like, oh man, he's scoring 5 points, and it's like an uproar. This guy knows how to play. He does a lot of things that really help our team, and I'm just happy that we have a Terrence Williams. Andrew?
Can you give an example or a few of some of the little things, what we call little things, or details that this team has been doing in games or even leading up to games the last couple of weeks that have made a difference?
Working hard, staying the course, working hard. And we've also gotten great leadership from people like Jace, and also getting leadership from Joey. And I think that has really been great to have those guys stepping up and having uncomfortable conversations. Whatever those conversations are, I don't pry into it, but I know it's having an impact on our team.
Zach?
A lot of the players have talked about an increased sense of urgency. What has Joey brought in that regard, being a senior and maybe the end of his college career being on the horizon?
It takes time to make adjustment on a new team. He's been at it for 4 years in a different program. And I just admire the young man. He's been here. There have been times when he's reached out to myself or to other staff members on getting film, asking questions, basketball-related questions on how he can help the team. And it doesn't always mean how he can help the team offensively. And that's why I really appreciate, the mindset and also the character that Joey has shown. And like I touched on earlier, his leadership has been A1. So when you have positive attitude, good things are always going to happen. That's just the way how it all rolls.
Alejandro?
Juwan, you had a couple folks out today. Phil was out with COVID. I know Hunter Dickinson.
Who told you that you had COVID?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I know there's been a couple of years now, but I'm curious how you guys are approaching that as the stretch.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, that we still are living in some challenging times. And as you can see, through college basketball, there are teams that are canceling games. And unfortunately, for those who, are affected because of health situations, all I do is just pray for everyone, not even just for some of our staff members and players, but everyone all across college basketball and then outside of college basketball, because for 1 minute we all thought we were out of the clear, and then it affects us again. I guess this is the way how we have to live now for the future, and it's not fun. It's very stressful. But we're going to continue to keep staying positive through the process, keep praying, and hopefully at some point we can figure this thing out. It's not fun.
David?
Juwan, not only has this been a 3-game win streak, it's also been a 3-game streak without rebounding your opponent. Where do you think the renewed focus on rebounding has come in the past week from the 2 games?
Our guys been working on it all year. We've rebounded opponents with the games that we lost. So, yes, it gets something that everyone point out when you win, and that's how it goes. But I just love the fact that our guys have been dialed into what we've been working on in practice and then applying it. There are times when the ball is going to bounce behind over your head. That's how it goes when the guy shoots a long 3. But I see the effort, and that's what it takes, effort. And our guys been dialed in to bring that effort in practice and also in game.
Take 2 more. We'll go Steve and then Paul.
Juwan, you talked about having uncomfortable conversations and the need for that. Talk about what goes, that's not easy. Sometimes some people don't want to have those kind of conversations. Talk about the importance of them and how they come about and the trust that's required.
Well, I've always been on teams that the championship teams have been the teams where you have those, accountability conversations, and I've seen how they've been impactful, and it's nice to know that we have guys in our locker room that care, and I know that they all care and they work so hard, and I'm just proud to see that we've gotten guys leading, and they're leading by example, and then guys, of course, are following their lead.
Paul, you want to close this out?
Yeah. Hey, Juwan, you mentioned championship teams. In your days in Miami, you played alongside or coached with LeBron James. What was it like to see him break the scoring record of the NBA last night?
Yeah, I stayed awake for that because, what a special moment for a special person. And the person, we all talk about, who's the greatest player? Is it LeBron or MJ or Kobe? Let's really admire and appreciate, what LeBron brings to the game. And to be 18 years old, no, excuse me, let me go back. 15, 16, 17, called the chosen one. And to follow that up with working on, being dedicated to the game, being dedicated to improving, being dedicated to investing in himself, being dedicated to playing the game the right way, sometimes where he gets stomped on because he's made the right play and everyone thinks he needs to shoot the ball every time he gets the ball. Like, LeBron is a gift, and a gift to the game of basketball and to the fans. And so I am so happy that I've got a chance to witness something that I thought would be tough to do, that LeBron ended up, breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. and 38,000 points. And keep in mind, the points never really matter to him. What matters to him the most is serving the game where he is inspiring young men to play the game they love. He's doing it in a winning way. And so to be able to go to the finals, 8 to 10 straight years in a row, and also win 4 and win with 3 different teams, that's hard. And I know how hard it is because it took me 17 and I won it with him. How special is that? So I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy for him and his family. I'm also give all the flowers to Savannah and his wonderful kids for sacrificing and allowing LeBron to be him. I'm also happy that his mom, single mother, to be proud for her son and see his growth, but then also inspire him to live his goals and his dreams and supporting him through his journey. And then his friends and family. His friends is like his family. So I've seen it with my own eyes. Those guys have supported him and through thick and thin. It's beautiful just to see how his life has blossomed. He deserved everything that is coming his way. It's nice that these young men can look at him as an example, and because he's a great example for the game of basketball. He's a great example for a black man, father, married to a beautiful queen, and a great example for his kids. I'm just so happy for his success, man. And he just, like I said earlier, he deserved everything that he has worked so hard for. I love him. Good night.